thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing the Edo elections. I was also reminded, you're going to say something.
Yes, I was going to say something. It was based on what the caller said about the statement Obaseki said about do or die. And for me, it's a good example of when you're far away from the people. Because I watched the interview where he was asked why he said that. And he said what he meant is that if they do, that if the opposition does win, we die. Meaning that all the good work that they have done, everything will just go to waste or everything will die eventually. But that's it. You're speaking big English, big context. And what Nigerians usually understand when we say do or die during politics, during election, is that if you show up, we don't like you, things will happen. You're going to die, like physically die. So it took him trying to explain. But for a lot of people, like our last caller, has taken the do or die and said he did not even show up because he does not want to hear
stories. Should that have been a PR
yes, but the thing is, maybe when you're a bit closer to the grassroots, you understand the language. Because with politics, the language also matters. But as I said before, sometimes it works for you, sometimes it doesn't. Because we also have, like you mentioned, the Oshomole and what he said. You would expect that to have even angered Nigerians even more. But no, for them it was just...
They moved on.
You yab me, I yab you. But this do or die, even when he's trying to say it's about the policy, how far we've gone, if we let them, if they do, everything will be lost.
Another thing that I thought was interesting was when I think the governor of Adamawa State, Amadu Fintiri, had put out a press conference saying that he had accused INEC of violating the Electoral Act. According to him, he said that the agents, the PDP agents, had been denied access to collation centers, raising further questions about the transparency of the electoral process. Now, this is the governor making this statement. Now, that can be said as a fair statement. However, what is most crucial, which what I just always miss out, is the fact that, okay, they didn't allow you into the collation centers, but at the end of the day, what was collated, right, electronically, does it match, yes or no? If it matches, really, then raising the issue as a governor that, they didn't allow us into coalition, does it carry enough weight to be said? Or do you think that we're only trying to hit up the policy for people to think as if something went wrong, there's something going on, why would they not allow us? Or do you think it was irresponsible of the government to say that? Or do you think it was necessary for him to say that just to get people to know that they're observing?
I think that we need to be careful about what we say, especially as leaders. Even when you feel and you have a few, especially when you're influential, when you have a few evidence pointing to something being wrong, you would feel the necessity to speak up and say what's on your mind, but you cannot afford to, because someone else can hear that and feel like, they want to manipulate the election. Let's carry arms and go there and ensure that what they are doing there works. You don't want anything to be misconstrued. You have that data. If it is a fact, then put it in your arsenal. By the time you go to court, you bring out everything necessary to fight for yourself. What I wanted to even bring up as my own worry about how expensive Nigerian election is and how we make it so complicated. Yeah. APC came with 10 governors. 10 governors left their states, plus the Senate presidents with their entourage. Boss from, as in, just for a state, one state is doing election. The people of the states now wake up past the people of the states, and they came with the intention of, we want to show you. PDP showed up, APC showed up, but it was just so much. And we just let people of the states do their work.
Does it remind you of the Ekiti State election during Jonathan's regime?
It was.
You don't remember the story?
I remember
the bombardment in that state. So, but I was going to say that, Kano State showed us in the just concluded elections how the people can make sure that their votes count. We saw the multitude of people that followed, from casting vote to collating to counting, they followed it to, to the end, which was to ensure that the votes that were cast were the ones counted and those who won, won fairly. So sometimes, when we point fingers, do we also ask ourselves what we did? Like, what part did we play in ensuring that our votes count? How far do we go? Because really, this is our future, and our vote is not just a piece of paper we just, throw in a box and move away. We need to defend it until the very end. So sometimes I just want Nigerians to think about it. If it can be done in Kano State, it can be done anywhere else, so that conversations of we're locked out or we're not sure where the story is coming from. Everybody has like a scenario.
Scared to try anything.
Let me take Ali. We have a guest. We're waiting for our guest to connect so that we can get... Oh, hello. I think Ali, thanks for calling. You're live.
Yeah, what I'm trying to do is I congratulate the governor. I congratulate the government, but if you carry everybody along, you understand? If you carry everybody along, I congratulate you, but if you carry all the people along, everybody is a winner, so that they can do those things. Because in this context, there's no loser. Everybody is a winner. Yeah. So I want...
Yeah, I mean, if you go by the president's congratulatory message, he said, don't gloat. Yes, we're happy that APC won, but he has asked everybody not to gloat because he knows politicians. It's time for us to work. It's time to bring people together, just like you said, carry everybody along, let them feel that we're part and parcel of the governance of the state. So it's important for the winners in this situation not to take advantage and gloat about their success.
They've worked very hard for this success, so you cannot tell me not to gloat or to celebrate the way I want to celebrate because I worked really hard. I took out incumbents. You not say I should not celebrate.
The work you did is not money.
So one of the things I want to appeal, I want to beg. This one, if I'm just not a overdramatic person, I say I should kneel down and beg that if APC that is in power now has a huge responsibility. Don't take it personal. Don't take the project that has been done by the last administration and choose not to continue with it. Can you be magnanimous enough to continue with the good works? Even though I know over the next 4 years there will be plenty investigation into all the projects that he did to find out how much money was spent and weed out the corruption and recover money. I agree with you investigating, but continue the good work.
They tease him that he's an MOU governor.
Yes.
I don't know what that means, that he's always signing MOUs.
Obaseki. Because he's not normal.
So it doesn't reflect?
How doesn't that reflect? If you send MOU with international...
for the betterment of the...
yes, now, is our president not looking for FDI across and signing contracts across...
They shouldn't reverse all the MOUs too, because, they can do that and Edo State will enter litigation. Because once you've signed, they can take you to court to say, you cancelling the signed MOU means that you will pay all the penalties. Yeah, so I need to beg. I'm begging APC.
That's why we said you should not gloat. So that's part of not gloating.
Okay, don't go and gloat.
So maybe you just pride in yourself, but don't...
It's important that our viewers call in. Hopefully, we're still waiting for our special guest. Once he's connected, then we'll try to bring him on. But in the meantime, let's take more calls. Abubakar from Iju Shaga, you're live. Thanks for calling.
Thank you very much for speaking, giving me this opportunity.
Yes.
I think I would have been very, very shocked if those people did not massively defeat the PDP in the just recently concluded election. I am saying this because we have a lot of reasons. I'm an Edo man. I have a lot of reasons why we say Obaseki shouldn't be there. Actually, when Comrade Obaseki was the governor, I remember that a PDP person said that Edo State has become one very, very big construction site. And that is true. If you go to Edo, you see a lot of things going on. But since this man came, he seemed to have put Edo State on the reverse gear. Edo State has suffered a lot of stagnation. Nothing was going on. You enter Benin City, the capital, it has become one abandoned place. So I am very, very happy that these people work assiduously to remove him. Now, when people talk about buying election, like the first call I made, I'm shocked. I know that all parties pay for election. It's a question of who pays. They all pay. If they don't give you directly at the polling center, they ensure that they meet you very early in the morning and give you money. I'm a journalist. I was in Benin, I just came back today. And I knew what happened there. So for anybody to say that we are tired of this, let them get tired of this country, they are tired.
What happened to LP? In your own view, what happened to LP?
To what?
To LP, the Labour Party, did they have money to spend?
No, it's not a question of money. See, what actually happened to LP was this. I tell you, Edo State was majorly, was steady towards the Labour Party. But we Edos have agreed that the governor should come from, Edo Central. It's eventually Labour Party went and picked somebody from Edo South. So all the Asian people from, Edo Central moved to PDP. which already they would have voted against because they hated the APC. So it was just a case of you didn't put in our man, so we all moved out of it. That was what happened to Labour Party. It's not as if they didn't have money to read. If Labour Party had created an man, they would have cleared it.
All right.
But I like this point you just raised now, because I remembered in school politics, political science, when we wanted to do the National Association of, that was the first experience I had with politics and how some of these things are decided before going to the polls. So they had decided that, okay, they wanted a particular woman from so and so to be the person here. So if you are presenting your political party and you're not presenting this particular woman, you are definitely, they will work against you and ensure that you don't win. Now, what he just explained is, we're looking to give this to somebody from this side. Now, you picked a candidate, so that it goes round. You picked a candidate who is not from that particular side. You are going to be swimming against the tide. And that's also the sense in politics. You understand the people, what the people want, and swim with the tide so that things are easier for you. But now that they have a winner already.
I have a few comments. Somebody says, no polling unit online. Every politics is local. Bureaucratic work won't work. Bureaucratic won't work again in our democracy unless such is imposed. As a politician, I want my governor to know me, not about big grammar by PDP candidates. He's not part of the system. So if anyone is saying APC rigged because PDP agents, I didn't get the part. But I think
the Edo people are happy.
No. It's not even whether they're happy or not. My own worry is based on this message she just read that do we feel like as a country, having our country being led by pure politicians has served us till this far? Like,
I haven't been led.
So because when you now say, oh, you cannot come and speak big English, you're not part of the system, so you cannot come and contest. So everybody that has ideas, Mariah with all the wisdom she has, every other person that is sitting down, CEO somewhere, all of them should just sit and say, we should leave Nigerian politics for politicians who have grassroots. Do you really want a country like that?
I think that's what they're saying. They're saying with your wisdom and your experience, don't forget home. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget the people that you're trying to serve.
Those live in Lagos.
Yes,
thinking how come.
So if you're so interested, please come and know us. Be part of the system so you understand our pain. We say it all the time. We say it's because politicians don't use our hospitals and their children don't go to our schools. That's why they don't understand our pain.
And that is what...
Let me take this call from Joachim. I'll also give an idea. Joachim, you're live. Thanks for calling.
Oh, good morning,
Good morning, sir.
It's my first time calling.
Welcome to the show.
I'm a good fan of your view.
Thank you, sir.
I just want to make this contribution to this topic. Thank you. The implication of Obaseki's actions is what Okpebholo suffered. His actions were not good at all. He was approaching the whole thing in a kind of hooliganism kind of way, permit me to use that, and which was not good for Okpebholo. His personality is a very good one. And again, I want to also say that LP was the only party that got a clean and real vote in this election. Clean and real vote. Because the two other parties, it was clear that there were allegations of vote buying all across the state. And I want to encourage Labour Party going forward, they should try and pay more attention to whatever zones or body language of the other parties to inform their own decision of fielding a candidate that can, change the narrative in the future. Thank you.
You see, I like what he said, and I think I'd like to link up to what Miriam said earlier, which I think we shouldn't lose sight of. Labour Party, although they have only 22,000, I think they shouldn't see it as a defeat. You have 22,000 people who came to vote for you. Now, they need to build on that credibly. It might take you years, even decades, to get that slot. But you see, they need to be consistent in that and maintain the momentum, because some people, they can get very discouraged. But you shouldn't, based on what Mariam said earlier. Build on those numbers and continue to campaign. You might not get the next 8 years, you might not get the next 16 years, but keep
sustain it.
Sustain it, because at some point, that's how you build your numbers, so your political party.
It seems like they're setting themselves apart for a different ideology, which is what we are not used to.
And they must do that.
The other two political parties, now the same ideology, and they get. So now we have another political party who believes that we can get the numbers right without having to, break the bank or, bribe anybody to get there. If they sustain it over time, maybe people will now begin to see that, do we really want real change? We have to go with this.
Let me take
technocrats.
Let me take Sadiq.
Maybe.
Sadiq, you're live from Edo. Good morning, Sadiq.
Hello, good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
I just want to make a quick contribution.
Yes.
Okay, I think the outcome of the Edo State just concluded election was based on the performance of the outgoing governor from Obaseki.
Go ahead.
Hello?
We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. In my side, at the election, I would say the election was free and fair, very, very fair. And I just hope the governor, the Modi, will do a great job.
You're listening to yourself. So going back to, I think what Toko said earlier about finding the balance. And I think Mariam also said that when you go out there, yes, you're educated, you're exposed, but you must be part of the people. It goes also back to what they say. I think, I'm not sure if it's the Oba of Benin, where the prince is taken away to a different country. You can travel abroad, you can school in different places, and you are hidden. But then you come back, when to the Oba dies, you now come back to now take on the throne of your people. The same thing, if you live in Lagos, you do all the things, and you're successful. What the people expect is that you're now back with them in the grassroots politics. They know you, you know them, and you move home with the people. You know they are coming, you're not shuffling from Lagos to Edo. You are there with them, you're living with them.
It seems what Edo people see as a cardinal sin is they describe some behavior as a disrespect to the throne, the Oba. So that also shows like a disconnect, because we know how much the Oba is revered in Edo State. I mean, he's one of the seats, royal seats that garners so much respect. And, for the people to feel that he was disrespected, it will affect you definitely in some way. But if you're part of the people, you be careful not to even come across. So he may not have, in his own mind, maybe if he explains it, there was no disrespect, but you also don't want to be perceived, as being disrespectful. When stories like that are going around, maybe a more grass-rooted person would have understood some of the language or some of the things that they needed to do, to appease the people.
It's just very strange how everybody keeps saying that the current, the outgoing governor of Edo State will not do anything.
I don't understand.
It's just, because you can...
That's
politics. The bubble.
That's politics for you.
Like the governor now, according to the governor, is the best governor.
What? How?
Because Edo State, I'm just saying that he has a long list of his achievements that he is highlighting over and over again. But the people feel that he was signing English, he was signing contracts, he didn't do, they didn't see construction work around, he didn't do what they want.
So one of the benefits that Lagos State has is that succession plan, where Asiwaju was governor, he was able to put down a blueprint. The next governor took it up and built on it. What Obaseki was trying to do was, what he has done may not feed you now, because he's trying to lay a foundation. He's signing MOUs, he's talking to investors. He only has 8 years. So all he can do really is set up a foundation, which was Asiwaju did when he came. But it takes to lay out other governors to come in. Like, for example, now, what Asiwaju is doing as president now is foundational. You're not going to feel it. Because we've had bad governance for years. The next president hopefully can build on the CNG, can build on the manufacturer support, can build on the tax, all those things, and then we'll have a better Nigeria. So the point is that which is saying that yes, Obaseki did not work in your own eye, but the truth is, what many will say, he laid the foundation for the next crucial foundation for Edo State.
Moriah, you did not. You just gave us bad news. Now you cannot be saying this. See, Nigerians.
I'm saying things from different perspectives.
Foundation.
Just do bungalow for us. We don't want skyscraper.
When we get there, we will get there. So there are some things, there are some policies that you lay foundation. You will not lay foundation on all the policies at policies at the same time. That's where the problem is. You will lay on some, you will give us food on some. So that we have belly to hold for when you now finish to build the skyscraper. Is that not so?
This is lesson for all the other
Yes, for all the other. So don't lay foundation on everything, and by the time you leave, the people have not felt an impact of your 8 years, and you say you're laying foundation. It doesn't...
Well, it depends on how you
This
look at
is
it.
one thing.
That's why I said
This is open to all sorts of interpretation.
interpretation.
Exactly.
Yes.
We can look at it from different sides.
You need to give them the keke na pep.
Yeah.
My game. Speaking from the other side of my mouth, because I have to look at I have to balance it. So, Senator Monday, why do we assume that his grassroots politics is all about giving? Why can't we also assume that grassroots politics is also technocratic in nature, such that they also look at economic development, job creation? Why must we always assume that grassroots is about just giving people handouts?
I listened to his manifestos. I've listened to him, and I listened.
That's Monday, right?
Yes,
Monday. Okay.
I've listened to Senator Monday Okpebholo. I have listened to Asue Godalo. If anybody watching this show, not take away politics, take away your feelings for
sentiments.
PDP, APC. I'm not party.
Yeah.
When you listen to both of them and what they want to do, you will lean towards one person more than the other. And
based on
your
based on your bubble.
I'm talking about like in terms of word for word. You know, some things are like very. It's like when you listen to American politics is not really concerned with that. But if you listen to Kamala and listen to Trump, and you are listening to it not based on what you will get from maybe tax break or I'm going to go to migrate and all of that. If you listen to what they're saying word for word, you would say the people will benefit from having Kamala. Yeah, but some people they will look at it. So it's a case of
from your
what do the people want still? But you know, I learned something once, especially in relation to talking about environmental sustainability and things like that, things that will benefit people. And one of the things that comes up every time is that in the information given, you need to be local. Because if they don't understand your language, they can't see your vision.
Yeah.
So you have to find ways to collaborate with those on ground to be able to speak their language and use things around them, things relatable to them, so that they can get your vision. So you're right, we may understand. Thank God for the education or exposure that we have. We may understand some of the things that, but the average person, especially we're comparing them vis-a-vis the average Lagos resident. You know, many people have lived in their communities forever. They've never gone anywhere. And what they are looking is that food is not on my table. You know, they don't get all these big
let me take
projects that are going on.
Good morning, Suleiman. You're live.
Policy at once.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Small.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Don't play you. I just talking. You marry for Edo, but you don't go to Edo State. What has Obaseki done to Edo State?
What did he say?
He don't even respect rule of law. He does not respect rule of law. He has Obaseki for 4 good years. 14 members of House of Assembly, Edo House of Assembly did not see. Obaseki went to Edo House of Assembly building and removed the roof. Till today, that building is still like that. Do you even know the members of Edo Assembly today? Do you know that? Are you who are calling it technical? Who are the technical? He's a modern not technical. Monday just come into politics. He has his own business, a successful businessman too. He has done well in his own business too. That somebody like Igodalo. Those are people who, because they work in the financial sector, they manipulate figures. You call them technocrats. See, forget it. Obaseki has not done well in Edo. You just pay salary. Lagos State should say if they are paying salary, they will not do anything again. If Lagos State not pay salary, if Federal not pay salary, why are they saying that Tinubu is not performing? Is Obaseki performer than Tinubu? What has he done? Even the Edo people, I'm even disappointed with them for even voting for PDP candidates. To even give PDP president that kind of vote. Because of the hatred of APC they have in Edo State.
I absolutely love. Thank you so much. I love what I'm hearing because it just gives you a sense of our people. And we must, for the new age of politicians, I hope they can study these kind of things because we all need to somewhat come down from our high horses. And it goes back to even what, and I hate to bring this to federal government, but it goes back to what people are saying that, okay, you have all these experts from Harvard, from Yale, from Stanford. They're in your cabinet. They're in FEC meeting. They have all these figures. They're giving us. We have the CBN governor. We have all these big names. Hello. We still don't have food on our table. It's the same thing, because we always think is that it's by importing or bringing these these people that have these ideas, because they actually have good intentions. They have good ideas because they read about it. They've studied economies in Singapore. They've studied in Malaysia. They've studied, and they're like, okay, let us do it this way. They come in and bring that blueprint thinking it works. But the people are saying, you have to create our own blueprint for us. We are different
from our needs.
And so we have to really rework this politics in this country somewhat. Because,
I hear you, Mariah, but I have to tell you the truth. Politicians, you people are trying, because I could never be. Because
tell me about
the blueprint about understanding the Nigerian person is...
Only from heaven you can
Yes, because the Nigerian person is like this today, he's like that tomorrow. Yeah. You don't know what would take a Nigerian off. You don't know what you would say, what you would wear, or how you would say it that will make a Nigerian who has loved you for 4 years to just be disgusted by you in your 5th year. So I would like to see who is able to solve this equation that is a Nigerian.
But the last caller, Sulaiman, gave 1, 2, 3 proof of why people of why Edo State are angry with the governor and why some of the votes that he got were protest votes that did not come to him, were protest votes against him.
What he has
done. I asked because of the things that he did, and I remember, sometimes you forget, because I remember taking the stories here, all the removing of the roof, the enemies that were being made, who are politicians, are excellent.
And even the people.
But there was a governor that did that in another state that was hailed. Do you understand? That's what I'm saying.
No, it was not him.
No.
Because he was fighting a godfather.
But people talk about him with respect for what he did, because he was tough.
You see, Nigerians, you don't know what to do.
Exactly.
What do we do?
See, Mariam, what you said, the blueprint to fix Nigeria comes from heaven.
It comes from God.
We must go and now the heavens. We have to go and find this blueprint, because only us,
like a heavens,
that will hail Iwo State.
Yes. We'll say that.
That is fighting godfather.
We have a dancing governor in another one. I don't probably not doing anything, but we love him. Just keep dancing. We are okay. Keep dancing. Don't do education. Don't do just dance. We love him. I'm telling you that. I'm not saying that he's not doing it. I'm just saying that Nigerians don't even want to know what he's doing. We're not critical. We're not critical of what he's doing. How many jobs he's creating? We don't care. He's dancing every party, and we're just like him.
Yes.
So we are very
good. Don't help another governor to dance. Look at what he's doing. No, don't help another governor to be holding a laptop somewhere. Look at what he's doing. That didn't work.
Lagos State governor to be dancing up and down.
He just taking selfie. He was just taking selfie. They said that he yabbed him that he took selfie. They said he was pointing hard.
He was pointing hard. He smells too much.
They said he was pointing. They yabbed the governor for pointing.
Yes.
Imagine. Pointing governor.
They said he was a pointing governor.
What about pick up camera at the former governor national investigator in
Nigeria, honestly. So you will be all right.
I'm telling you. So you see, sometimes, we are laughing at this thing, but sometimes, and I was telling you that recently when I was in this group that I'm in, this, and I'm just listening to Nigeria, where we're trying to make it a leader, trying to make decisions, and you just hear what people are saying. I'm like,
it's difficult to.
Father in heaven, you just.
The same country?
Do you understand? Can you hear yourself? It doesn't even make sense what you're saying. We decide on something. What people are just talking to yourself. We don't even know what's going on. I think he just said what we're doing. They didn't hear. They're not listening. They're listening. So,
the way they want to.
We honestly, as much as congratulations to the Edo people, congratulations. I'm happy they love the candidate that has won. I'm happy. But let's not forget, 192,000 voted for PDP. So let's not assume that everybody didn't like Obaseki. There are a number of people who actually appreciated the work he's done. So let's not pretend that he hasn't done some work. He has. 44,000, however, more than those, believe that Senator Monday was a better choice, and we really wish them the best in these coming elections.
And please, they should not build foundation on everything. We need to eat to be able to wait for the house to finally go up. So as you are building foundation, still do some things that would give us, a form of relief while we're waiting for you to complete.
This BC that is saying this one, this is the same BC that will say he wants to come and do palliative. Why are they giving us food? What are they giving us for? Are we not the same Nigerians that will complain?
I didn't say they should give us food, though.
What are you going to give us?
I didn't say they should give us food, though. They should give us, make the policies easy for us to be able to make the food, to farm the food, do the basic things. All of us will not die before.
They want to do now.
See band A.
They want to increase again. We are watching people.
This bandit in there.
You not affect you. They touch everybody.
I can't remember the last time I used air conditioner.
Imagine.
It is so painful.
My parents that have moved.
People are still using AC in your house.
We are still using AC.
Ah, you're so blessed. Since June, I've not used air conditioner. I'm looking forward to my car. Like, I'll be swinging and you have your back.
Yeah.
Now I look
to go to your car.
Yeah, driver, put on the AC. I'm coming. And now they put the vents in front of me.
Someone wrote something online. She says that her AC comes on for first-time visitors. Second-time visitor, no AC for you.
When my old visitor came, they used more than 2 hours. I say, Uncle, this AC is coming for 2 hours. After 2 hours, I'm AC. It's time for you to go.
Everybody has to adapt.
That's all we can take on today's show. Congratulations again to the people of Edo. I'm wishing them all the best. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.